collections here at Shawnee Town 1929. So I collect the artifacts that we keep and preserve. I put together, with a lot of very good help, the exhibits that you see when you come out to visit us, and I do research and things like that.
I work here at Shawnee Town 1929 as the museum assistant. It involves a little bit of everything, which is why I love it. I get to do the living history, I work in our garden, I help with the collections, the events, so everything.
I am the curator of education, so I'm responsible for our 1920s focused events for adults and children. And then I also design the educational programs for the children, for the students who come on their field trips, and then during the summer when we have time travelers, and yeah, it's neat.
I am a museum interpreter at Shawnee Town 1929. I lead tours for anyone who walks in and wants a tour, and I help with educational programming and work on all of those field trips and tours also. And if I'm not leading a tour, I'm doing research inside, helping with collections or creating programming materials and setting up for events.
I'm a museum director for Shawnee Town 1929, and I am probably the fourth museum director they've had since the site started back in the 60s.
I am the mayor of Shawnee Town, so no, somebody has to do it. I take care of a lot of things here at the museum, but I do a lot of the community-based events. I take care of our rental facility, the town hall, and then I also help wherever needed, the gift shop and other things that they've been helping.
Worked for the city for 3 years.
I've worked for the city of Shawnee since 1998, so I believe it's 22 years. I started as a part-time intern, and I've been here ever since.
I worked for the city for 8 years.
This is my 20th year.
4.5 years? Yeah.
15 years.
My first job was at a TCBY frozen yogurt shop. So I made soft serve cones and shakes and whatever the TCBY version of a blizzard was. We did all that.
My first job was the city of Lenexa. I was actually a civic center supervisor. So I helped with rentals and setups and tear downs, and there you also cleaned. So after each rental, we were the janitorial staff as well. And then special events, all the Parks and Rec stuff.
My first job was not in parks at all. I worked for a roofing contractor in South Kansas City, and I roofed houses as a high school student and an early college student during the summers, the hot Kansas City summers.
I grew up in Wichita, so I actually worked as a snow cone-like attendant inside one of those RVs that they park in like Home Depot. So that was my first job.
My favorite part is my staff. It's kind of twofold answer. The staff, they are extremely talented, extremely passionate about what they do. They take their jobs very seriously, and they take their jobs very seriously about being a public servant. So the public always comes first with everybody, no matter if they're a curator in the back room or the front desk person or the museum interpreter. So they all have this idea of service, and they know what they're doing. And the other part is working with the public. I really enjoy kids of all ages, adults, seniors. I love talking and giving programs for them. I love interacting with 5-year-olds, everybody in between. It's just Shawnee Town Museum is kind of a happy place where people come to learn and not realize that they're learning. It's really done in a fun manner, and I enjoy all aspects of the public.
My favorite part is when people come in off the street and I don't know what questions they're going to ask or what they're interested in, so I have to figure that out as I'm giving them the tour.
It's two things. I love doing all of the research, being a historian. I really, really enjoy doing all the research on the 1920s. And then, of course, it's the people. It's us, it's the staff, it's Shawnee Town staff, and then broader Parks and Rec. And then the people that we have come for events, they are so cool. And we have a lot of repeat quote-unquote customers. And so over those 15 years, I've really gotten to know some of the people really well.
Well, then I totally got to go with Utah, with like Zion and Bryce Canyon. Those places are awesome. Yeah.
It's West Flanders, and I know a lot of people really love West Flanders, and I needed to move because my golden retriever got too big for my apartment, and there was a house for rent, and it's on, believe it or not, it's on Sharon Lane, so Sharon lives on Sharon Lane with Serena, and so we go walking, and it's only a block away, and so we go walking at West Flanders every day.
My favorite park is probably Glacier National Park in Montana. It's just spectacular hiking, and it's beautiful, and it's just a great place to totally escape because there's no television or phone or anything. It's just you and nature.
My favorite park is probably the place where I was first exposed to living. And that is, it's a national battlefield. It's Bull Run National Battlefield in Virginia. It's a Civil War battlefield. And when I was 10, I interacted with a Union soldier outside the stone house. And that was a real conversion experience for me, where I understood that that's what I wanted to do, because this guy dressed in historical clothing and he talked to the public as if it were the Civil War era, and he really interacted in a very effective manner with us and transported us back in time to 1861.
My favorite Shawnee event is the tomato roll. I think it's really fun to watch it at the beginning of the Old Shawnee Days parade, and it's kind of a great kickoff to a nice, fun weekend.
Probably Canines at the Cove. I have yet to go because I think I'm always working, but I think it's awesome. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of my dogs, and I can't wait. Yeah, can't wait to bring them one day. Yeah.
My favorite City of Shawnee event is probably Historical Hauntings. Just because all of the little kids are so cute. They're all dressed up in their costumes, and they're excited because there's candy and hay rides and all of that. So I really love Historical Hauntings.